Welcome to YouTube MBA for Entrepreneurs, the free series that reveals essential business knowledge so you can successfully operate your own business without spending a dime on expensive education. In the summer of 2008, two young professionals stood on a San Francisco street corner, frustrated. It was raining and no taxis would stop. One complained on social media. The other, Travis Kalanick, thought, what if I could press a button on my phone and a car would come to me? He co-founded Uber, which has since restructured urban transportation. Welcome to the YouTube MBA, the series that distills business school research into applicable frameworks. I'm here to teach you how successful entrepreneurs think. Module 1, Foundations. What separates successful founders? It's not capital. Great companies like Apple, Dell, and Amazon started in garages with little money. It's not education. Steve Jobs dropped out. Richard Branson never finished high school. It's not the idea. Harvard research shows execution beats innovation. The difference is a learnable mindset, a way of perceiving problems, evaluating risk, and deploying resources. Today, we'll deconstruct that mindset and how you can cultivate it. After analyzing thousands of case studies, from Spanx to SpaceX, from Airbnb to Alibaba, we can distill the entrepreneurial mindset into three core, observable pillars. Pillar 1, opportunity recognition versus problem complaining. Pillar 2, calculated risk tolerance. Pillar 3, resourcefulness over resources. Let's examine each in depth. Pillar 1, opportunity recognition versus problem complaining. Most people encounter frustrations and stop there. They complain to friends, post online, maybe switch products. The entrepreneurial mindset does something different. It interrogates the frustration. Let me give you the formal definition. Opportunity recognition is the cognitive process of identifying a gap between the current state and a more desirable state, then framing that gap as a solvable business problem. Consider Brian Chesky in 2007. He couldn't afford rent in San Francisco. Most people would complain about expensive rent and move somewhere cheaper. Chesky asked a different question. If I need affordable short-term housing, how many others do too? And if hotels are expensive, could people rent out their own spaces? That reframe, from rent is too expensive to there's a two-sided marketplace opportunity, is opportunity recognition in action. He didn't see a different world. He interpreted the same world differently. Here's your first mental model. Entrepreneurial thinking replaces the question, why does this suck? With what market failure is creating this friction, and can I solve it profitably? Write that down. That single question will change how you see your daily life. Pillar 2, calculated risk tolerance. There's a dangerous myth about entrepreneurs, that they're fearless gamblers who bet everything on wild hunches. The data tells a completely different story. Professor Saras Saraswathy at University of Virginia studied hundreds of successful entrepreneurs. Her research revealed something counterintuitive. Expert entrepreneurs don't take bigger risks than everyone else. They take smarter risks. Sarah Blakely wanted to start Spanx. She had $5,000 in savings, her entire safety net. That sounds risky, right? But examine her approach. First, she didn't quit her job selling fax machines. She developed the prototype at night. Second, she didn't hire expensive patent attorneys. She bought a textbook and wrote the patent herself. Third, she didn't manufacture thousands of units. She convinced a hosiery mill to make a small test batch. Fourth, she personally visited every Neiman Marcus buyer. When they said no, she invited them to the bathroom to demonstrate the product. Each decision reduced her downside while preserving her upside. She risked $5,000 in her evenings. Not her career, not her livelihood. That's calculated risk. The entrepreneurial mindset doesn't eliminate fear. It structures decisions so that failure is survivable and learning is guaranteed. Pillar 3, resourcefulness over resources. Walk into any university entrepreneurship program and ask students what they need to start a business. The answers are predictable. I need funding. I need connections. I need a technical co-founder. This is what I call the resource fallacy, the belief that success requires abundant resources. The entrepreneurial mindset operates from a fundamentally different assumption. Resources are never sufficient. Resourcefulness is the competitive advantage. Consider the most celebrated companies in modern history. Apple started in Steve Jobs' parents' garage. Amazon began with Jeff Bezos packing books himself. Google's first server was made of Lego bricks because Larry Page and Sergey Brin couldn't afford a proper case. Let me give you a framework I teach in my executive courses. I call it the resource substitution matrix. When you lack a resource, you have 4 substitution strategies. 1. Barter. 2. Borrow. 3. Build. 4. Bypass. The entrepreneurial mindset doesn't wait for permission or perfect conditions. It asks, with what I have right now, today, what's the next smallest step I can take? So let's bring this home. You've now learned the 3-pillar framework, but understanding a concept and embodying a mindset are entirely different achievements. Business school case studies are useful, but they're not sufficient. You must practice the cognitive patterns until they become reflexive. So here's your assignment. I call it the mindset audit. Do this before our next lecture. Exercise 1. From complaint to opportunity. Write down 1 recurring frustration you experience as a consumer, something that annoys you regularly. Not a catastrophe, something mundane. Slow checkout lines, confusing healthcare bills, difficult apartment hunting. Now, interrogate it. What is the underlying market failure here? Who else experiences this? What would a solution look like? Could this be a business? You're not building anything yet. You're rewiring your perception. Do this with 5 frustrations over the next week. Exercise 2. The affordable loss calculation. Think of something you've wanted to try, a side project, a course, a business idea, but haven't because it feels risky. Now answer. If this failed completely, what's the actual worst-case scenario? Write it down specifically, not feelings, facts. Next, what's the smallest version of this you could test? Not the grand vision, the tiny experiment, the $100 proof of concept. Exercise 3. The resource substitution challenge. Identify 1 resource you think you lack that's holding you back. I don't have enough capital. I don't have technical skills. I don't have industry connections. Now, force yourself to brainstorm 3 ways to move forward without that resource. Use the 4 B's: barter, borrow, build, or bypass. Be specific, not "I'll figure it out." Actual creative alternatives. Post your answers in the comments. I want to see your thinking. More importantly, I want you to start noticing how your brain changes when you force it to think like an entrepreneur. Because here's the truth. The entrepreneurial mindset isn't something you have or don't have. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, it strengthens with deliberate practice. Today, we deconstructed what separates successful founders from everyone else. It's not luck, capital, or even the idea. It's a trainable way of thinking, opportunity recognition, calculated risk, and resourcefulness. But this is just the foundation. In our next lecture, we'll move from mindset to method, validated learning, how to test business ideas without quitting your job. You'll learn the lean startup methodology, build your first experiment, and start generating real market data, not opinions. This is the YouTube MBA. The curriculum gets harder. The stakes get higher. But if you do the work, if you complete the mindset audit and bring that discipline to every module, you won't just learn business theory. You'll build the cognitive operating system of a founder. I'll see you in the next lecture. Now, go audit your mindset.